Contrast in styles between these two men. Davis methodical and measured, Tony desperate to get into the pack. But he's been frustrated so far as Davis notched up a 2-0 lead, albeit not, it has to be said, in record time. So into frame 3 we go. Drago still in this, although he's just given away 25 points in fouls. Willie Thorne and John Virgo are our guides.
Foul and a miss.
There's another 6 points.
Steve Davis 6.
That's 31 away so far.
Yeah.
Well, I just wonder whether Steve, next time he hits a shot, whether he'll already be past the winning post in this frame. Could end up needing snookers when we're finished.
Yes. Tony Drago looked favourite for this frame until he found himself snookered behind the yellow. That's what I'd have played first time around. And that's what it encourages you to play, this misrule, the hit and hope. You're trying to play the skillful way out. And if you just miss the red by a fraction, it's called a miss and then a miss.
Steve took the risk there of the cannon into the green. He didn't quite catch it full enough, so this red is potable. But when you've been kept off the table, as Tony has for the last 10 or 15 minutes, see, now that's how important that lead would have been. If he was 22 points in front still now, this is not a good chance for Steve, but Steve's 10 in front. So 3 reds and 3 colours is all he needs.
One.
This black's close to the pockets, isn't it? Surely not. Well,
8.
He daren't look up to us in the commentary box here, dare he? Because he knows we'll be having a little whisper. Oops, not happy. So 19 points in front. Colour, red colour to be sure. And if ever a match didn't read a player should be 3-0 in front, this is one of them. Drago's made breaks of 35 and 47. Steve's highest break is 25. Looks like going 3-0 in front.
probably would have liked a little bit more angle on this red. Tony Drago can't look. Well, I must admit that fluke on the black was a bit of a body blow. Red colour needed.
Steve Davis 15.
He missed one of those earlier on in the match. Because he needed a colour, he decided to play it at pace. But Tony Drago still in this frame, but you can't afford to be careless, Tony. It's such a big target, that. was happy the moment he struck the shot there. He knew it was good. Tony can't afford to give many points away now. Well played. Well played indeed. And that was a really tough snooker to hit, and if he'd have missed it by a fraction it would have been replaced and then would have needed a snooker to his next visit, so he needed to hit it that time and did do.
Get out of that.
Well, you're the nearest to the telestrator, John. I can't see an escape.
Well, there's numerous ways you could play this. You could play it... it depends really how much of the cushion he can hit.
Foul. And a miss, Tony Drago 4.
Well, miscalled. Will Tony take it? Or will he try and accumulate pots from leaving him in the snooker?
Okay.
No, he's decided to go for this red. He doesn't want to hit it too hard. Quite a narrow potting angle.
Yes, he needs to get top side of the blue, because I half agree with it being put back, because if he doesn't get top side of the blue and be able to move the yellow into play, I don't blame him for this at all.
Okay then. Foul. And a miss, Tony Drago 5.
See, this is such a hard snooker to hit. But Tony gave 31 points away. How many is Mr. Davis going to give away? We're up to 9 so far.
Yeah, it was pretty close there now. I fancy him to hit it this time. But he's still got the problem of trying to get it safe.
Well, he could be right back in there again here. He'll be playing in behind green and brown. Great shot. Well, could it be 3 times on the trot in between those yellow, green and brown? We had a go. Got to be careful here. Oh, that's brilliant. What a shot. Any sort of full ball contact here would leave plenty of distance between cue ball and object ball. And that's what he's tried to do, and he just seems to have achieved that. A little bit more side, it would have been there again.
Sure.
Well, this is a tempter. He knows it's the right shot to play for the pot. Can play it for black or pink and keep the white at this end of the table. And he only needs the yellow now. Depending on what angle he has on the black, can he get up there? Choice of playing to bounce it in one cushion or go round the two. If he goes round two, he's got to avoid the blue. I don't believe it. I don't believe what I'm seeing here. He's not on the yellow, surely. Please say he's not on the yellow. That is frightening.
8.
Oh, what a cruel game this is. Yes, he's shaking the head, I think, in embarrassment. He knows that... I mean, can you believe this? 3-0 in front, highest break 25. Incredible. Incredible.
13. Steve Davis, 13.
Yes, I don't blame Tony Drago for sitting there. What an unbelievable frame of there. 31 points away in fouls. Davis flukes 2 blacks in the frame. Hides his face almost in amazement at what's gone on. Davis leads by 3 frames to 0.
Yes, and Steve looking sheepish about this. I'm sure Tony, though, is getting more frustrated by the minute because Steve racked up his biggest break of the match so far, a whopping 48, to take a 4-0 lead. So it's all or nothing for Drago now. He's got a healthy advantage at last in frame 5.
One. Blue. Six. Seven.
Forty-five
11.
ahead. So just this red required. Dear me. No need to play it like that at all, was there?
Tony Drago, 11.
Only needed the red. Look at the body movement, the arm, even the face moved.
Tony's going to have to be thankful, having already had 3 or 4 chances in this frame. He's got both green, black and pink safe and a 45-point lead.
Yeah, the problem is if Steve gets three blues with these remaining reds, he can only tie on the colours. So he needs something bigger than a blue to be able to win at this visit.
Six.
Yes, I don't think Steve's aware of the circumstances, John, there. No, I know that you were, but Steve's just having a little check now on the scoreboard. He might play the snooker in behind the blue here if he feels that he can't guarantee getting onto a colour from this red, and he can't guarantee getting onto a colour. If he could play the snooker in behind the blue and make the red cannon into black and green, there's a little bit of value in that shot. Looks like he's decided on something like that. What a clever little shot. Unlucky though,
Steve
not
Davis,
tight
6.
behind the blue. What Tony mustn't do is bring colours into play when you've got this sizable lead. Yes, I think so too.
Well, there's another fluke. It went in off the green.
1.
And Tony, well, what can you do? You've got to see the funny side of it. On the outside, anyway. What's this? In off the green it goes. So another blue. And off this red, he needs at least a pink to be able to win.
6.
There you see. 33 points behind. He got to red and a pink, puts him 26 behind with 27 left on.
Yes, if he can just play this, I think he'll virtually cannon into the blue, which will leave him nicely on the pink.
7.
And now it's key he gets a 3/4 ball angle on the yellow to have any chance at all of getting onto the green.
Steve Davis, 7.
Well, it's not over yet. Monsieur Drago looks certain of taking this frame now.
2.
And barring the snookers, that will be the equation.
Five. 9.
Tony's found the formula here. Don't make any break of any size and win the frame. He had a couple of large breaks and not
14.
won them. This time didn't make a break over 30 in the frame and he's won this one. Steve is certain to stay in
14 on
his
the frame,
chair, which he
Tony Drago.
does, and Tony Drago was very, very scrappy in that frame, but he's done what he had to. He's won the opening frame to stay in the match, but still trails 4-1.
Yes, Tony making his feelings perfectly clear throughout that one. He always wears his heart on his sleeve, does the man from Malta. So he gets one on the board finally, but is he heading out of this championship? Steve at the table in frame 6.
1.
He's fortunate
8.
there's a red available into the middle, because he's played for the choice of reds just above the black and to the right of the black. The pink will pot if he wants to stun this red in, otherwise he has to go through for the blue. It looks like he's playing the stun for the pink.
9. $15. 16.
'Well, that's not worked out too good. He's got a red to the right
23.
corner, but it's going to be awkward queuing here. He'll do well to get position on the black. And Steve always seems to find this little implement from somewhere. So they're using the spider. He was all given one of these that you stick on the resh years ago.
Where's yours then now, John?
24.
I don't know. Do you know where yours is?
Not a clue. I think Steve's the only player of our era that's actually kept it, and he always uses it rather than the spider, and there we saw it was a good shot he played there. Just flicked the black, but he's still nicely on the blue. Certainly easier than using the spider, it goes without saying. That spider is a tough implement to use. Well, it looks a bit in the middle of nowhere here. Always gone high enough for this red.
29.
Still a chance to win frame and match.
30.
Well, to get on that red was a real bonus, and well, that could be the key to this frame and the match. This has turned out to be a great chance now to finish absolutely straight on that red, just to roll it in for the black. As I say, well, it was a dream come true, really, and I don't expect him to make a mistake now, certainly until he's scored enough points
37.
to be past the winning line.
Sure. 38.
It's essential to try and finish firstly straight on this red to make it very comfortable. Just actually overscrewed by 2 or 3 inches, because I don't think he is dead straight.
43.
Yeah, so you see the angles going away from the black now. Yep, that was all of his own making, that.
Well, dear me though, Willie, I didn't
Steve
expect
Davis,
him to miss
43.
it. I didn't expect him to miss it. What a chance he's let go begging there. And as I say, if he wins this match, I know he's experienced enough to know, you know, tomorrow's another day, but he'll be disappointed with his performance here.
Six. 7.
That's a great little shot here. If you can just hit the red where the pink is rather than the 2 reds in front, well, that was always going to be a problem. He's done well to get through them. I don't think either one of
14.
the 2 reds is on or easy. He's hampered. Did well. Good shot.
15. $22.
20 points behind. And it's one of these
23.
matches that, even though Tony Drago was 4-0 behind, he knows his opponent's going to leave him chances. And, well, it's one of those matches you probably feel you could come back
29.
from such a large deficit. Mainly because your opponent
Sure.
isn't playing
30.
that well. And it gives you hope. And if he wins this frame after Steve missing a chance like he's just had, who's to say what could happen next?
$37. 38.
The black will put him 3 points in front, so he's up to at least the brown with the two remaining reds. So a lot of work to do yet. This frame
45.
still in the balance.
46.
That was a terrific pot. Unfortunately, he's not got a good angle on the black or the pink to get on the awkward last red. 4 points in front now. So making certain of the black. And, well, he could play a double. I think it's a little bit dangerous, but
53.
he may play it. Double to the right centre. No, played snooker.
Tony Drago 53.
And he'll be disappointed. He's just not got it. He's just not there.
Clever shot from Steve, but he's unlucky to have left the gap. Now Tony needs this to go safe. Well, this could be frame ball. I know he's 11 points behind, but if this goes in, what a chance it'll be to clear up to win. He knows it's the right shot to take the pot on, but with Steve sometimes you never know whether he's going to try it.
Well, he could have been much closer, but they are the type of shots he's not been knocking in. And they don't get any easier. And that's a good shot from Tony. Makes him a good favourite now. Tough snooker to get out of. And as we all know, the old problem is not hitting the red. Can you get it safe? Well, he has. But he still could be in trouble next time. Tony Drago in control now of this little exchange.
Yes, he's one of those shots where he'd like to hit cushion first in playing the swerve shot, but I'm not too sure whether you can see it direct. But is he going off the cushion first? Played it direct, and he's played it nicely. He could only play a containing safety shot though, he couldn't play the snooker. Now Steve's got a chance to get, if he avoids the cannon on the pink with the red, he can get the red in behind the black and the white in behind yellow, green and brown. Just needs to avoid the kiss on the pink, which he has done. And that is played to perfection. What a wonderful shot.
Yes, and it's not an easy one to hit this. It's not a bad line, but it's a little bit narrow, I think.
Foul. And a miss, Steve Davis 4.
He'll be having another go, I think, Tony. Steve having a look at it. I can't believe he's going to play this. So he wasn't far away there, Tony. You'd expect him to hit it this time. Just a minor adjustment. Well, he was down ready to play it. Now he's up. Can he pick out that important spot on the first cushion? I don't think he has. This is even worse.
Foul. And a miss, Steve Davis 4.
Well, he should have remembered where he hit the first one. That was bad.
Oh, Steve knows he can get a very, very good snooker in behind the black, but I'd have preferred him to put it back again, because if he leaves the pot along the cushion for Steve, he would have a go at it. Well, he's been fortunate there, hasn't he? He's played it in behind the black and mishit it completely, but I think Tony can see the red.
I think he can pot it, will he? That was a strange decision from Steve, that was.
Might have won in the match, though. It's a strange game, isn't it? You can play sometimes a bad shot and it can win you the frame. That could be the case here.
One.
He's up 2 and including the blue, and it just looks a series of little stun shots here. He can virtually finish on every one of these colours dead straight, which takes an awful lot of pressure out the pot.
Eight. Ten. $13.
Well, Tony, fearing the worst, I'm sure now.
$17.
Just the blue needed. Been a strange match, certainly not played at the tempo that I expected. The crowd know that
22.
Enough. There you see it. 19 points ahead, 13 remaining. So it looks as though Steve Davis is going to advance to the next round.
Davis,
he won't
22.
be too pleased with his performance, but he'll settle for the result. Looks like 5-1.
And indeed it was. Steve Davis becomes the first man through to the last 16 of this Grand Prix. A 5-1 winner over Tony Drago. We build this as the tortoise versus the hare, and just as in the Aesop's fable, the tortoise walked it. In fact, he's crawled up.